Hey everybody, Marvel Maniac coming to you guys with another Pokemon Sun and Moon build video. Today we'll be talking about the Tapu, aka Alola Guardian Pokemon, Tapu Fini. So now we're going to go over two different builds. Now this is all based on if you play singles or doubles, and either way it's a good Pokemon. And so the first one we're looking at is more of a singles Pokemon in my personal opinion, and then the second one that we have right here is going to be more of a doubles Pokemon, and so on and so forth. Now we're looking at leftovers for the item, because Tapu Fini needs that recovery. It is a pretty, well, it doesn't need it necessarily, it just doesn't have any natural recovery, and it is pretty bulky. So with that we can heal up, take a few hits. You can even run Assault Vest on this Pokemon if you want, but I like leftovers. I've used the leftovers one quite frequently. I pretty much bring my Tapu Fini to every battle. Like, it's such a good Pokemon. And then it's good against, like, I think it stands up good against Tapu Lele. It's not necessarily that good against Koko or Bulu, but it can definitely stand its ground against other Pokemon. Like, it walls a lot of Pokemon. So this one is your Calm Mind, Moonblast, Hydro Pump. Now, why Hydro Pump over Scald? Is because Scald doesn't really burn when you have Tapu Fini, because Misty Surge makes it so no Pokemon can be statused. I believe it also gets... Is it... Yeah, it's the one that can't be statused, which means running Scald on him while it's up is kind of pointless. Though the doubles wall build runs it because your Surge only lasts for 5 turns. Or if your opponent switches in another terrain, well then, kind of, you can actually go back to statusing Pokemon. Pardon me. So we're looking at 252 in HP as well as 252 in special attack. With the base special attack of 95, it's not the hardest hitting Pokemon, but that is a special attack not to be laughed at. And then for special defense, it sits at a base 130. So this Pokemon can take special hits pretty darn well, especially with that max HP. Now, we also only have 4 EVs in special defense, so that, this is the modest build. So what you do is you use Calm Mind, to power up your Moonblasts and Hydro Pumps. It's great in doubles because a lot of the time you have the chance to set up without having to switch, and it's just awesome. And then why we run Defog is because Leech Seed, you don't want that stuff sapping your HP. You don't want Rocks Up. You don't want entry hazards, because a Pokemon like this that you want to wall needs to wall. And then, that's why we have max special attack. Now, on to the other build. The other build is a little different. This one I found on forums. Well, not just forums. I went and asked a bunch of people what they thought were the best builds for Tapu Fini, and this is the second place one, next to one that I actually run. Like, this is the one I run, except I don't run Calm Mind. Mine has Taunt. You can run Taunt, but due to the fact that it doesn't outspeed a lot of Pokemon, it's only good to get rid of Trick Room. That's about it, because it has mediocre speed. Well, it's base 85, which outspeeds most of the new Pokemon, but it's still, nothing superb. So now into this build. This one, they say modest because they want the little bit of special attack boost to make it at least 248, because remember, going over here, this one's 317. That is like 50 point, well actually it's more like 60 some points ahead of what this one is. But then remember, this one's a sweeper slash kind of it's a bulky sweeper. This one not so much. So you can either run modest if you want that little bit of an attack boost. If you don't want that, then you can run Calm, but then you go from 248 special attack down to 226, so then you don't hit hard at all. But then you do have 360 special defense as well as 298 defense and 344 HP. So you can see the balance of 128 and 128 in both defenses, making a pretty darn good Pokemon. Once again, these leftovers. Now onto the moves. We have Calm Mind, to make it fatter and fatter, as well as boost that low special attack. Have Dazzling Gleam. Remember, this is primarily for doubles, not necessarily for singles, though. Dazzling Gleam is an 80 base power Fairy type move, not including Floor Cannon or Light of Ruin or whatever it is that AZ's oh my god, what's it called? Flabebe's secondary evolution gets. We're not including those moves. Moonblast is the highest, so then Dazzling Gleam is now the second highest in attack. So it still hits pretty hard. And Scald for when, you know, you just need type coverage. Also, it has 100% accuracy. And why Scald is because if this one's going to stall, we're probably going to run out of Misty Terrain. And if that happens, we have Haze to, you know, get rid of like other Pokemon setting up and stuff like that. So unless you're against another Haze user, you'll probably win the setup. So anyways, tell me what you guys think of this video. Well, these builds in particular. If you guys like these builds, if you guys have ever used these builds, please leave a comment in the comment section below on what you think is the best build. Remember, I will happily take your unique build and showcase it to the world. And with that, I'd like to say peace out, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.